Be sure to check out g2a.com for low price games across all platforms. Check the link in the description below. Hi guys, Robbo46 here and welcome to the Donington Park DLC for MotoGP 14. It is available now, even though when Milestone said it was available, it wasn't available, but it's available. It's £3.19 if you're in the UK. I don't know what that is in dollars or euros or anything. So it's around about the same price as Laguna Seca, which doesn't really surprise me. I know there were a few people saying that it was free, but it's not. So yeah, here we go, Donington Park, and already I forgot how narrow the track is at Donington, especially compared to Silverstone. I mean, even when you're at the track watching from the side, it is a really narrow track, but I like Donington, especially this bit, crane and curves. And we go down to the old hairpin. That's not a good start. So I'm doing 8 laps. I'm probably going to need it. I'm really rusty around here. Last time Donington was in a MotoGP game was 2009, I believe. That was the last time MotoGP went there. It's been in Superbike games since. So last time I played a motorbike game around Donington was Superbikes. But yeah, it is good to have MotoGP back at Donington. Jesus, they're slow through. Oh shit. Oh, I was trying not to crash into them. I get run over by Petrucci. But yeah, there are a couple places on this track that I don't like. The Foggy S's, as you just seen. The Melbourne Hair Loop, which is this bit, which was added to Donington to meet the homologation for the track to have F1 air. So yeah, that bit was added to make it long enough, basically, so that F1 could go there and the MotoGP went there. I don't like the end bit. The rest of the track is pretty good. I do like crane and curves. When you get it right, it is nice. Going through where you have to go careful not to lose the front, because it's downhill. And we go through to McLean's, which is where we used to sit for MotoGP, and go uphill. Again, it's quite easy to lose the front round here, and it's actually really easy to spin the rear wheel up around here. It's hard to get a good drive out of there, but I'm not doing too good, to be honest. Any other track I would have been at the front and away. Oh shit, no! Oh, what a save. But because I'm not as confident around Donington, just because I haven't played on this track for years, I'm definitely rusty around this track, and it's going to take a while for me to get back up to speed around here. And it's just knowing, I mean, I can tell I've definitely not got good rhythm around here, because with other tracks I know when I'm braking, I know when I'm tipping in, and I know when I'm putting the throttle back on. Around here, I'm kind of just experimenting at the moment. Trying to get around here with the throttle wide open is really difficult. You do spin up quite a bit. Shit! Don't go on the curbs, note to self. Right, at least they haven't got the old sponsorship around this track, which was Simply Sausages, which was a bit of a strange sponsor to have, but I guess at the time, because the owners of the track did have money problems, they would take any sponsorship they could, so Simply Sausages was one of them. Oh, I messed that up. It's just so narrow, this track, and you forget how narrow it is. I mean, for F1, it must have been a nightmare racing around here. It's bad enough on the bikes. I think when I start getting my old lines back and remembering how to race around this track, I will enjoy it a lot more. I'm not really enjoying it that much at the moment. But we'll see what happens when I start getting up to speed and stop crashing. I'm up to 13th at the moment. The leaders are a long way away. We are halfway through this race. Can I get Scott round here? Yes, I can. Just barge him out of the way, never mind. That felt better around the old hairpin. I remember John Hopkins crashing around here, high siding and going to the right hand side. That was a pretty nasty crash he had. Also remember Max Biaggi on the Repsol Honda, high siding at the top of air. That was a pretty nasty crash. I never actually showed that crash on TV. But that was in the wet. That was back in 2005. And I think that was the first ever time I went to a MotoGP race. That was when it was absolutely pissing down. Rossi won, and he done his old violin over the line, and he was shaking because he was so cold. Sete Gibernau on the movie star Honda. I think he crashed out. But yeah, that was back in the day. You had the Suzuki's. Shaky Byrne was on the Proton. What a pile of shit that was. He actually got up to 4th at one point. Or it might have been 3rd before he eventually crashed out. And he actually said that he found it easy being that high up in the race, but he did unfortunately crash out. And of course, Scott Redding got his first ever win in 125s round here on the Bluesons Aprilia, and that was also when Marc Marquez got his first ever podium. He got a 3rd. Scott Redding was hunting down Andrea Iannone. Iannone eventually went on to crash. Scott Redding, it was good to see him get his first win, because we all could see that little spark in Scott. The thing was, back then he was such a small rider. He looked tiny on the bike. He had nice sweeping lines, and you know, we all thought, oh, he's going to be one for the future, and he is. But back then I didn't really take much notice of Marc Marquez. He was on the Red Bull KTM. But yeah, I didn't really take much notice of him at the time. And I know that a lot of people probably look past him as well. But yeah, that was weird to see. That was when Mike DeMeglio won the title that year. I think he got 2nd in the race, and then Marc Marquez was 3rd. And there is a picture on the internet of that podium, and Scott and Mark look so young. But yeah, good memories of going to Donington Park. Not a lot of dry races, unfortunately, as it is in the UK, so weather is pretty crap. But nevertheless, still had good times here. Looking forward to going back here for MotoGP next year. I did go for World Superbikes at the beginning of this year. The crowd was really small there, which was a shame. Tom Sykes did do the double. But yeah, the atmosphere there for World Superbikes, as I have said in one of my other previous videos, that the atmosphere for World Superbikes is just really, really stale compared to MotoGP. But Donington Park should be good next year. Cal Crutchlow on a factory Honda. Scott Redding on a factory Honda. Last time they came here, Rossi crashed. He did remount. I can't remember exactly what he got. I believe Andrea Dovizioso won that race on the Repsol Honda. And I don't know if it was that season or the season before. You had Nicky Hayden and Casey Stoner on the Ducati, and they both completely cocked up their tyre choice. I think they went on full wets, and it was a drying track. They're gambling for the heavens to open and for it to piss down again, but it didn't. I'm not entirely sure if that was the last season we went there, 2009, or if that was 2008. I can't remember, it's such a long time ago. But yeah, definitely looking forward to watching MotoGP at Donington again. I just hope that they sort the facilities out, because if you've ever been to Donington, the facilities are absolute crap. Track-wise is really nice. The riders seem to love it, but the facilities, oh shit, my tyres are knackered. Yeah, facility-wise, it's just, there's nothing there. I mean, you get a nice mud bath, and I mean stools. I'm hoping that stools there's going to be plenty there next year. But toilet-wise, there's a shed, and they usually just have like portable urinals, and nowhere near enough as to what they actually need as well. I mean, Silverstone, that's they have a good amount of toilets there, but for Donington, for MotoGP and World Superbikes, and even BSB, they never get enough toilets in. But I'm going to stop talking about toilets now. On the final lap now, just taking the lead, and shit, I've gone wide. Oh, don't crash now. My rear tyre is completely gone. Can we get Marquez into the foggy S's? I think so. Yeah. Just. But, oh, no. It's going to get me back. Yeah, my rear tyre is completely knackered. Right. Through the Melbourne loop. Come on. There we go. Right, now just the final corner. Lorenzo crashed there a few years ago in the wet when he hit the white line, breaking into there. And there we go! That is Donington Park, guys. It is available now for £3.19p. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to rev the nuts off that like button. I shall see you guys in the next video. See you!